And we're live.
We are live.
We are live.
Live from the Keep Sounding podcast, your special edition of the Carolina Panthers NFL Draft. Waiting for pick 16. Jesus.
Way to get us started on the right foot.
Yeah, I'm good at this. I'm very good at this.
We need to find a new host, John.
Jesus.
Hey,
I'm so
welcome to
sorry.
the live version of the Keep Sounding podcast, where we react to the draft as it happens live. We're just waiting for the Panthers to pick. In about 6 picks, we're thinking it's going to be in about 30 minutes. How's that, Brad?
John, you've got the job. Brian, I'm sorry, you're out.
Oh no, I've been relieved of my duties. Oh Jesus. I knew this day would come.
What's up, everybody watching live? Thank you for tuning in. We're probably going to make jokes. We're probably going to make fun of teams for making dumb decisions like we've been doing the whole first half of this first round. But hopefully you stick around for the ride.
Most importantly, we're going to make fun of each other. That started already.
If only.
I think the run for offensive linemen starts here.
Absolutely. It has to.
I think Jonah Williams is going to the Bengals.
Yeah. Damn, Tater just said I was fired. I'm so sorry.
He's not wrong.
Man.
So, if only the other GMs would have made some picks worth talking about so far.
Yeah, really.
No,
it's
just
been boring.
Real run-of-the-mill, boring, exactly what everybody mocked.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, now
the Giants totally mocked that.
That's
fine.
my thing. You know, I've been saying this for the last 6 months, and I'm going to gloat about it because I get to gloat. This is why your mock drafts are stupid. This is why you're wasting your time, because shit like Clelin Ferrell going number 4 overall and Daniel Jones going number 6 overall. That's what happens on draft night. Okay,
Brad, can I stop you real quick? Can we just appreciate the fact that John Gruden picked Clelin Ferrell at number 4 for a second?
Yes, we can appreciate that.
Like, he must be a Gruden grinder. Like the grindiest of grinds.
He grinds more than anyone has ever grinded before.
Like, have you ever had a sandwich?
The app grinder is just pictures of Clelin Ferrell.
Have you ever had a grinder, like an actual sandwich? Like a grinder sandwich?
I've had a grinder, yes.
We should just call it a Ferrell now, because that's clearly what he is.
Yes.
My favorite part of it was it seemed like Roger Goodell was surprised too, because he struggled with his name. He's like the Raiders like Clelin Ferrell.
Clelin Ferrell. Yeah, like what?
He's had a hard time reading in general tonight.
Is this Colin Farrell? Is that who this
Colin
is?
Farrell.
Oh, good call. Billy's spoiling picks.
Billy.
Whenever you correctly predict a pick, you're spoiling a pick. And while we're gloating, I want to gloat to the people who were not in our test run last night. I said that Dave Gettleman was the rumored GM that was in love with Daniel Jones. And I feel very vindicated. I feel very intelligent.
Yes,
congratulations, John.
I am. To all the people watching now.
Did you tell your butler about that?
No, I fed myself tonight.
What?
That's you're like yelling at me like, start it now, start the broadcast now, and I'm like typing with one hand while I'm holding a slice of pizza in the other hand.
Oh, he used his outdoor pizza.
No, I used this thing called Domino's.
Oh.
The app.
Did you order it, or did your butler order it? I'm just curious.
I ordered it and I picked it up on my way home.
John probably owns a Domino's. That's probably why.
You see, he's leaving out the fact that he picked it up, but he had a limo for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
By the way, Jonah Williams was picked by the Cincinnati Bengals, so I'm pissed right now because he believes a hot dog is a sandwich, so he was number 1 on my big board. So I'm a little bit pissed right now.
Literally undraftable.
Apparently not. Apparently the Bengals drafted him.
I can't wait for the day that we stop doing this hot dog sandwich thing.
Well, as soon as Brian will admit the truth, we will.
Well, then you'll just be waiting for the day I die.
This is the new 28-3 jokes for me.
Bruh.
Dude, come on.
So
it's not that bad. Jesus.
So what do you guys think of the I know we kind of touched on already, the Giants and the Daniel Jones. Like,
Yeah, Gary Pinkney just said in the chat that it was a huge reach, and he's absolutely right. It's probably going to be the biggest reach in the entire draft. Daniel Jones was a losing quarterback in college, a sub 500 quarterback. He was like, what, 15 and 17 or 12 and 15 or something like that, 17 and 19, some shit like that at which college? Duke. Yeah. Like, why would you take a Duke quarterback in the top 10? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. You take a Duke basketball player in the top 10, but not a Duke football player. Like,
Did Daniel Jones play basketball?
he probably did.
He did.
Um,
They
Probably
talked.
why.
I don't know. On ESPN, they like ran through his entire family tree. Or like, this brother plays basketball here. This sister plays basketball here. Daniel Jones played basketball here, and that was like his whole breakdown. And they didn't really talk too much about his whole.
Well, now I understand why
football
he's a
thing.
top 10 pick. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, but the thing is, and this should end the Marty Herney versus Dave Gettleman debate right now, because there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that Dave Gettleman has no idea what the hell he's doing.
Sean Boyette in the chat says that this is I'm not going to go through the entire thing that he's got, but it's a suffer and succotash grade, and I agree.
Yeah, I do too. It's probably going to go down as one of the worst picks in this draft. And now Daniel Jones could come out and be good. There's a chance that he's good. I'm not going to deny that, but the odds of that are very low. He would have been there at 17 when the Giants pick again.
Yeah, I see. Like, normally I hate that whole like you never know, like who's gonna do what. But we were there. I don't know. You guys saw the thing the other day about all the intel that teams do about like what other teams need and who they're targeting and all that stuff. Like, if the Giants did their homework, there's not a whole lot of teams in between their two picks that are looking for quarterbacks, and Daniel Jones seems to be pretty universally like the third to fourth best quarterback in everybody's mind.
Yeah, Drew
it's-
Lock would have been drafted ahead of
And Dwayne
Daniel
Haskins
Jones.
too.
And
I
Dwayne
want to
Haskins too.
I want to point out something from Tater. I assume this is Eric, but he said that he texted his cousin, who is a Giants fan, after the Daniel Jones pick, and immediately snapped. And that person said, "I know you know football."
Wow. Stunner coming up, guys.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying stunner.
Don't do that.
I'm saying there's going to be a quarterback from Ohio State about to go.
Dwayne
I
Haskins.
wonder who that's going to be.
Well, seriously, don't do that though. Don't spoil in this either.
But it says, "I know you know football, but call me when your team wins a Super Bowl and tell me what," in regards to the Giants pick.
Okay,
Because Panthers fans apparently can't know what they're talking about because they've never won a Super Bowl.
weird flex, but okay.
Weird flex. Yeah, Billy, stop fucking spoiling. Jesus.
It wasn't him, just to let you guys know.
It was actually the other quarterback from Ohio State.
Yeah,
There's no quarterback. You'll see.
Okay.
Billy.
We're about to kick Billy out of the
Yeah,
hangout.
we're about to fucking boot
yeah,
you.
you're making me out like a hypocrite. I can't enforce a no spoiler policy on my website and then do it on my podcast.
The
Like,
reason we didn't want spoilers on the website was so we could be the ones to spoil.
yeah, I want to
Yeah.
be the one that spoils. That's why I won't let anybody else.
I want everyone to be disappointed when I say who Carolina picked.
Somebody else said stop spoiling. We have to figure out ways to like fill in the space when it says like the pick is in and everybody's like, all right, I'm ready for this, and then we just wait and we wait and we wait.
Apparently, according to Gary Pinkney, the Giants SB Nation page is nuclear right now.
Oh
Which
God,
I'd
yes.
imagine-
Big Blue View is probably on fire. You can probably see it if you look out your window.
3
I have
Mile
a
Island.
I have a Giants fan friend. I'm about to text.
I
her
have a
and see-
Giants friend.
Well, I'm about to ask her, like, are you still a Giants fan?
I would be a Jets fan if I were a Giants fan.
At least they've committed to a quarterback. Like Jesus.
What?
The Rashawn Gary pick?
The Packers just took Rashawn Gary at 12?
Told
Wow.
you guys.
Yo, Brian Burns though.
Told
Brian
you guys.
Burns.
Stunner.
Wow. That's a surprising choice.
Told you guys.
Not that he's bad. It's just I can't believe they took him that high. Wow.
Montez Sweat. as Mike Tyson would say.
That Mike Tyson tweet is probably your best work ever running the CSR account, Brian.
This is why you pay me. Yep.
Yeah, that's why I pay you. That was great. Because I am with you. I would pay money to see Mike Tyson say, with the thick teeth pick, the Panthers select Montez Sweat. Like, that would be the greatest thing ever.
Like, I don't even need the Panthers to win a Super Bowl just to hear that pick.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't need to win a Super Bowl if I.
What if we had the 77th pick or something?
With the 77th pick, the Carolina Panthers select Montez Sweat, defensive end.
Now, just to put my analysis hat on, we have 3 more picks to go because we're at 13 right now. These are the guys still on the board: Burns, Sweat, Wilkins, Dillard, Ford. That's 5 guys right there that we could use that are all available.
5 guys, burgers and fries.
I would kill for some 5 guys, burgers and fries right now.
And I imagine one of Miami or Washington's going to take a quarterback.
Miami is probably going to take a quarterback because they're rebuilding, and they've already dumped Ryan Tannehill. So they probably want a rookie quarterback to tank and build around.
And learn behind Fitzmagic.
So
he's the best kind to learn behind. I mean, his Wonderlic score is legendary.
He went to Harvard.
He did go to Harvard.
Forget that.
Yeah.
And Washington will probably take Dwayne Haskins. Like, they've been rumored to be taking Dwayne Haskins.
We have a trade.
Maybe we traded up.
I hope we didn't trade up.
I love how every time that Brad hears about a trade, he's like, Carolina trading up.
Well,
it's Philadelphia with Miami.
Philly? Oh, shit.
Oh, Philly's going up to get a pass rusher.
Yeah, they're going to take one of the D linemen off the board.
That's not a spoil. That's just my guess. I have no idea.
No, I could see it being Dillard, though, because what's his face? The left tackle they have has been super.
Lane
hurt.
Johnson? Yeah, it could be Andre Dillard. Yeah.
No, Lane Johnson was their right tackle.
Oh, he was their right tackle. Okay. Who's their left tackle? Jason Peters?
Jason Peters, yeah. Jason Peters has been hurt for a while. I could see them trading up for a left tackle.
I wish ESPN and NFL Network would be on the ball with these trades. Miami's going to stay on the clock for several more minutes before they
it bothers me.
Announce the pick, or before they announce that it's been a trade.
We are going to draft an offensive lineman and then not get the quality of defensive end we need. There are a lot of options that we can get a defensive end in the second round.
Eric, I don't know about Peters being their left tackle forever because he's played 1 game in the last 2 seasons.
But he's been their left tackle since 1978.
This is also true. I hear that he was there when Lincoln made his address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My personal opinion on the offensive line versus defensive end, I don't really care which one we take in the first and which one we take in the second, as long as we take one of each. I think if we take at least one of each, and then I don't really even care who it is at this point either, a free safety. If those are our 3 first picks, then I don't really care what Marty Hurney does for the rest of the draft. I really don't, because that's 3 needs that we address, and we might as well go ahead and be ready for it when it happens. We are taking Will Grier. It is going to happen unless somebody else gets him before our next pick comes up, but we're taking Will Grier sometime tomorrow.
JDS 16, we have sources because we're real journalists. That's why we know about the trades before the NFL Network announces them.
Our sources, which are just our Twitter feeds.
Yeah.
Stop it.
JDS 16, the real talk answer to that question is Twitter spoils every pick because all of the national beat writers and announcers put them on Twitter because that's just what they do. So we know before they're announced on television. The TV broadcast is I think it's 2 minutes behind or 3 minutes behind on tape delay, just in case somebody does the unthinkable and says a bad word or reveals a nipple or something like that.
But I do have an inside source for the Panthers pick. So
yes, we do have an inside source for our pick. Brian has his one person that will tolerate him is actually at the draft. So we will
Yes.
know. We will not spoil it, but I will know our pick before it's announced on television. So Cat Scratch Reader can be the first website to actually publish the pick.
I want to
Yes.
know who it is that like tells like Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter all this stuff like as it happens, like the instant where they're just like waiting outside of every war room. They're just like,
Oh, absolutely. They've got a mole. They probably got 32 moles.
yeah.
And they're,
Just in general.
they're literal moles too. They just carry around like the draft picks on their backs, and like they just run over to the reporters, so the reporters pick them off the back, like, oh, that's the pick.
By the way, that reminds me. Are the teams? I've never really known. This is probably a dumb question. Are the teams actually in Nashville too, or are they at like
Yes.
their home? Okay,
No, yeah, they're all there.
I thought so. I couldn't remember for sure. So yeah, like Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter just running door to door as each. Wait, this is the Dolphins pick. I thought they traded it.
Yeah, I was under the impression they did trade it, but
They
maybe
took
our
Christian
sources-
Wilkins. Wow. I'm surprised. I
What?
figured they would take a quarterback.
I mean,
When you're bad, you just kind of take whoever's good.
Yeah, when you just take whoever you can get when you're bad. I totally get it. And the Dolphins don't want to be too good because they probably are going to tank for Trevor Lawrence
Or Tua.
or
Trevor
Tua
Lawrence is Tua, yeah.
Tagovailoa. They're in the perfect spot to do that because they're just bad enough right now, and they don't have a quarterback. And Ryan Fitzpatrick is the perfect veteran to lead them in that direction. So JDS16 says, who is left on the board? Who do you want at 16? I want Andre Dillard. That's
Yeah,
who I
Dillard or
want.
Burns are fine with me.
Brian
Dillard
Burns.
or Brian Burns.
Brian
If we're
Burns,
going,
my guy.
if we're going offensive line, I want Andre Dillard. If we're and
Did you guys just see what Christian Wilkins just did?
yeah, kind of.
the
Oh,
chest
with
bump attempt.
Goodell, yeah. I'm gonna say that's impressive that dude can move like that. That's a
You can say
healthy
that.
boy.
You can say that about every lineman in the NFL, though.
Seriously. If I weighed that much, I wouldn't be able to get up off my couch.
I don't weigh that much, and I can't do that.
Yeah, but like, if we go off offensive line, I want Andre Dillard. If we go defensive line, I want Brian Burns because I think Brian Burns can play 3-4 outside linebacker and 4-3 defensive end. I think he would be the perfect fit for what Ron Rivera wants to do, and
Brian
I,
Burns.
think I think he's
man.
going to be good.
Brian Burns and Montez Sweat are my guys.
Christian
Or a
Wilkins can do
safety.
splits.
Christian Wilkins is an incredible athlete, especially for a guy his size.
Did you see that?
Oh my god!
He just like did a split. And I didn't know. I didn't remember. I didn't see that after they won the national championship. That's stupid.
I
think-
can't believe somebody's that happy to go to Miami, though.
Reese,
I mean-
think about what you just said.
I mean, Miami's a nice place.
Well, I mean, I guess, but you're going to go 1-15 for 2 years.
Yeah, but you live in Miami.
Yeah. I mean, The Rock is there doing, financial advisor stuff. So,
Is that what he's doing?
no, nobody's seen Ballers here. All right, just me. Got it.
I'm not going to lie, though. Miami's draft hat is absolutely the best one.
It
It
is.
is so clean.
So fresh, so clean.
White hats look so nice for like the first 2 weeks that you have them.
Oh,
and then, like,
absolutely.
The
After
moment you
you've
go
had
outside,
it for 10 seconds, it's nasty.
yeah, and the moment you take it outside, like you go walk to your car with it on, it's ruined forever.
You guys are way better audio than flipping through ABC and ESPN. Thank you so much.
That's
We
the nicest
appreciate
thing
that.
anybody's ever
The
said.
nicest thing anybody's ever said to this podcast.
I've been doing a really good job of training these guys up.
Smitty!
I've been doing a really good job of training these guys up and making them valuable assets. So I appreciate that.
It's all you.
It's
The
always me.
Falcons pick is in.
Oh,
God.
Montez Sweat. We still have Montez Sweat available too.
Montez Sweat.
That'd be good. I'd be fine with that too.
I don't know. I don't know if his heart condition is legitimate or if it's like Star Latulale's was, where it's bullshit. And-
They kind of already refuted it.
Yeah, I thought they said that like whatever he tested positive for, they went like and they retested it. They're like, oh nope, it's gone. I guess you're fine.
Yeah.
Bar
it's not,
wasn't-
It's not
Bar
like
wasn't
AIDS.
too high though, but a win is a win. You're damn right, a win is a win.
All right. Atlanta pick is in, so now Washington's on the clock, then we're on the clock.
Washington is taking a
can see-
quarterback.
I can see our name on the draft, like upcoming picks. That's when it starts to
Give
get
me
real.
Brian. Give me Brian Burns, please, please.
Might as well
Don't-
go ahead
don't
and
get-
get my stuff ready.
Don't get too attached, Brian. And you just want him because he has your same first name and initials.
That's not true.
Exactly.
He's a good
That's
pass
what it
rusher.
is. That's
He's
what
a
it
good
is.
pass rusher.
Don't give me
Okay.
that bullshit. You just want a Brian to be drafted.
I've already been attached to Brenton Burson at the
Brian
hip,
B.
so I don't want to
Yeah,
hear
see,
it.
it's about the BB thing. It's just all about
Gary Pinckney says, "What will you think if we go safety like Adderley at 16?" I will be angry if we do that.
I wouldn't be, because I'd be right.
I would be fine with it. I wouldn't. The only reason I would have a problem with it is because I want us to get Taylor Rapp.
So
Yeah.
Arctic
I
Cat,
mean, I wouldn't be mad if we took a safety, but I don't want to take one that high. Like if we were able to trade down and get a safety, that's fine.
so
but-
Arctic
But with
Cat,
Dillard and Burns and Sweat and all those guys still available, it would be foolish to take a safety.
so Arctic Cat,
So
Taylor.
Tackle-
Taylor, I would
guys.
be fine with that.
Guys, can
What
I reveal Atlanta's pick?
No, they haven't
No.
yet.
Can I reveal it or no?
No.
No, you can text it to me in the Slack chat, but don't say it out loud.
All right. Well, they're.
You're about to ruin my life. I know it. I know I'm going to be mad about the pick. I know it.
You're not.
It's going to be Brian Burns. I'm going to be so angry.
Dude, it's
Who?
Who is that?
he's a very good guard from Boston
yeah,
College.
yeah, I've heard his
Oh,
name.
they took a guard. Okay.
I
He's
saw.
good.
I remember. Yeah. I saw somebody else like. I saw something a couple days ago that he was kind of like a sneaky first round pick that nobody ever talks about.
He's sneaky.
Well, I mean, look at that. He's a coach. He's high school or son of a coach.
Is he the first guy in, last guy out?
Wow.
Look at
Chris
his dad.
Lindstrom.
Is he a natural leader?
That's
Probably
a,
he's a guard.
that's a surprise.
Are you just reading? So Washington's probably going to take Haskins, right? Unless all of the stuff
Yeah,
about them loving
Washington-
Haskins.
Washington will have to. They'll probably take Dwayne Haskins, unless they've been pulling off the greatest smokescreen ever.
That-
Which it is Washington, so
All
we're
the-
gonna have a choice between Brian Burns, Andre Dillard, Montez Sweat,
Yeah, we're going to have a
Jawan
lot.
Taylor. Like we're gonna have a lot to choose from, and I honestly believe that Marty Herney is gonna screw this up so bad that we're gonna all be angry.
Dude, okay. If they take Little over one of those two, I'm logging out.
Same.
Oh, they'll take Greg Little. Yeah, I forgot about Greg Little. Arctic Cat says Taylor or Dillard. I would take Dillard.
I want Brian Burns. Brian Burns is my
That
guy.
wasn't one of the choices.
I would
Brian.
be really, really, really happy with either player.
Taylor or Dillard.
No, Dillard or Burns.
Dillard or Burns. Absolutely, it's a coin flip. I mean, it's just
I
which
don't
one.
want
Which
Taylor
line
has-
do you want to build? Like both of them are going to be really good players. I just want us to take Dillard, so I was right in the mock draft.
I
Like,
just want.
that's really all I care about.
I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine with Burns, but Jawan Taylor just seems like
Jawan
perfect.
Taylor is complicating a problem that we already have.
we have too many right tackles as it is. Like
We already have too many right tackles, so taking Jawan Taylor, it just makes that problem worse.
Like,
That
oh
sounds
great,
like a thing we would do, though.
that is
Yeah, that's
true.
absolutely what we would do.
So he's kind of one of those people, and I came up with this description for what the Panthers are like, and I think it's very fitting for that too. We put a lot of value into stuff that doesn't really matter and don't care about stuff that does matter, and that would be why we'd take like a lumbering road grading right tackle because he's a great run blocker or something like
Yeah.
that. When that's probably the least important trait for like between pass and run blocking for linemen, and we probably prioritize that.
Shut up, John. Just shut
Well,
up.
that's why I think I'm like real
I-
positive
you're-
we're gonna take Taylor Rapp because it's like he's not that fast and he's not the best deep safety, but he's a good tackler and he's a thumper in the run game and he's got special teams value. I'm like, oh, that's our guy.
Yep,
John,
he's
that's our
he's
guy.
basically Eric Reed younger,
Yeah,
pretty much.
Brian, stop saying my name.
I'm just tired of you and your negativity. the draft has fallen in a very good way for the Panthers.
Man,
I think
I
we're
don't-
going to get a good player here.
I don't know like what I'm supposed to do because I've been called way too negative and way too positive.
You hate
I
Curtis
have
Samuel.
too.
Your opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah, like I don't understand how I can both be so super negative and so too positive at
Okay.
the same time. Like I don't
They're,
get it.
they're gonna have. they're going to have Burns or Dillard available to them.
Yes.
Yeah, we're pretty much predicting that Washington's going to take a quarterback.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Come on,
So
Washington.
let's please hurry up because I would like to get to our pick. So
Right.
you
Okay,
frantically,
so before the pick, who do you think? What's your call right now, Brian?
Brian Burns.
John,
sweat.
Billy,
Brian Dillard.
Brian
Brian
Dillard.
Dillard. Yeah, that's who I think. I think we're going to pick Dillard.
Brian Dillard. Okay.
But I will literally be happy with either Brian Burns or Andre Dillard. I am fine with either one of those picks, and I think that both of those players are day one instantly improve whichever unit gets picked.
I think any defensive end we draft will instantly improve the defensive
Yeah, it's
line.
not really hard to improve a defensive
Our
end unit.
fourth
that
round
has,
defensive end pick could be an
Yeah.
immediate improvement on
I
our
mean,
starting
Mario
defensive end.
Addison, Effie Obata, Marquise Haynes, and Bruce Irvin. That's not, and Brian Cox Jr. That's not a strong group. So
No, I did forget
it's
about
not
Bruce
hard
Irvin,
to. Yeah, it's not hard to improve that.
Hey, I don't know about NFL Network, but ESPN went to commercial while we're waiting for Washington's pick, which means we don't go to commercial before Carolina's pick.
No, that doesn't mean anything. They always go to commercial before Carolina's pick.
This is Washington's pick. Now back to commercial break. Back to back.
Yeah.
I swear, like, in the late rounds when nobody cares what's going on, I swear the Panthers pick is always made during a commercial.
Yes.
So, like, we're always thrown into, like, oh, here are the last 7 players that got picked while we were talking about somebody else. Anyway, moving on. And then it's just like, oh, no analysis for that guy. I've never heard of him.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil the pick, but we will have a choice between whoever we want. The Carolina Panthers are officially on the clock.
Hell yeah.
Brian, please let me know
Via
as soon
text, not via the
via
the call.
text, not via the phone call, but because all I have to do is type in the person's name.
Yeah, and also, Billy, don't, like, react.
Okay.
Yeah, try not to react.
Guys, give me 5 minutes. I'm muting myself, okay?
Okay, that's fine. Even better.
Yes, stuff your face.
Everybody just mute themselves. We'll have 4 minutes of dead silence on the podcast.
So it sounds like that the Redskins
ow.
picked Haskins, maybe?
Washington.
Brian, don't do that now, because then I can't go back and find it.
It's Washington.
It seems like they pick a quarterback, but yeah.
Sean Boyette, you do not have to mute us. We are not going to spoil the Panthers pick.
Wow, shocker.
Shocker. Dwayne Haskins.
I kind of wish Marty Herney would do the Dave Gettleman thing and just make the pick.
Eric has a good point here. He says more picks trade down. What if we do that?
I'm always for that.
I hope we don't, because I want to write this article and get it over with so I can just have fun.
Also, if we trade down, that means we have more articles to write.
Yeah. Yeah, because then I have to write a we traded the pick article and then a we picked this player article. And I don't want to do that much work tonight.
And then we have to find someone else to cover whatever other picks we get in this draft.
Yeah, like I stayed up half the night last night watching the Hurricanes. I want to I just want to lay back and chill, maybe get a beer here in a minute and just like kick back and relax.
That's
I just want to relax.
Eric, you're fired. Just so so people can see the real me.
You're being way too apathetic and
Yeah, I'm too apathetic and negative.
So
Gary Pinckney, I 100% agree. The Giants should have taken Dwayne Haskins at 6. Absolutely.
So like
Eric,
again,
you're not fired until Monday, by the way, because I do need you to help.
Yeah, once it's like the holiday season. Once the draft is over, we can start cutting off all the seasonal workers.
Yeah, we're going to cut all the seasonal work, hostile work environment. Daniel Camp, there's no reason to be nervous. No joke. It's football. It's just a game. Like, it really doesn't matter. Your life should not be determined based on what the Panthers do or do not do. One thing I've learned in my age, being near 40, is it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
I've also learned the same thing in my mid to late 20s. The other thing is that like as much as we think we know, and everybody forgets this every year. Like everybody's so steadfast, like this guy is going to be a stud, or this guy doesn't have it, and
Yeah.
nobody ever really like revisits that after the
Yeah,
fact.
we don't know.
And we're always like people are always wrong a ton of the time. So
yeah,
it's one of those things like no matter how we react to this initially, like that really means nothing in the long run. Like might take we might take little, and everybody's going to freak out and be like, "Why would we do that?" And then if he becomes a good player, nobody's going to remember that everybody hated the pick, and vice versa. We could take Brian Burns, and then he just turns into another Everett Brown, and none of our immediate reactions matter, right, Brian?
Hell yeah.
Brian, your source got anything yet?
No source yet.
Your source is just like drunk and forgot.
This is why I don't outsource work.
I texted him.
Just keep texting him like, "How about now? Did they announce it yet? Did they announce it yet? Did they announce it yet?" Just until he texts
Probably.
you.
I said, text me the name. Who is it? Who is it?
Uh-oh, I heard a ding.
Oh, I know who it is. I know who it is. I know who it is.
Do you
Do
actually
you?
know who it is?
I know who it is.
Oh, we'll go write your article.
Yep.
We will wait with bated breath.
Brian Burns.
Don't say anything, Brad. See, I don't understand. Like, see, like they haven't even showed that the pick is in on the tube. We're still talking about Dwayne Haskins. Brian, I guess it's just me and you.
Hey, buddy.
I'm almost done. I've just got to put in the tweet.
Oh, are you just gonna post it as soon as it gets announced on TV?
Yeah, as soon as Roger Goodell says the announcement, I'm hitting post.
How the hell did you find out about it for me?
Twitter.
God.
Jordan
Damn
Rodrigue tweeted it, so it's legitimate.
Oh, look at Jordan getting in on the breaking news game. I guess she kind of does that anyway for the Panthers, but on a national level.
Yes! Oh,
Brian.
God, yes!
Brian, they haven't announced it on TV yet.
I know. I'm not going to.
You just spoiled it with your reaction.
That's not true. It was definitely
Brian, I'm gonna
over
fight you, bro. I'm gonna fight you,
there.
dude. That's all Brian's fault. Like, yo, I'm taking mute. Like,
Brian,
idiot.
you really should have muted your mic.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It was on Twitter already. Come on now.
Brian, we've been steadfast in this whole like don't spoil picks with any reaction or anything.
I'm sorry, guys.
God. Sorry, all the listeners who were hoping to be surprised by the announcement on TV and got it spoiled by Brian.
I
mean,
blame Brian for everything.
I mean, it was Montez Sweat. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Why would you tell me it was on Twitter? Jesus.
Why would
Why
you
would
go
you look?
look? That's not my fault.
There you go.
Oh,
We said
yay!
Brian
So surprised,
Burns.
so happy. Wow, so excited. I wish it was such a surprise.
If that's your goddamn brother tweeting you that or texting you that we stood.
It was actually Ashley.
All right, come on, chorus.
it's breaking.
Oh, there it is.
So yeah, allegedly, I'm not 100% sure on this, but allegedly, Brian Burns, defensive end, was their pick.
Brian
you can say
Burns
now,
has
it's
been
been-
selected by the Carolina
It's
Panthers.
been announced.
I
on
believe
TV
this
now.
is also the first time in 5 years that we pick somebody who's actually there.
Right.
What do
We
you-
usually
oh,
pick
like-
somebody who's
come
at his
on,
house.
dude. Cam was there at number 1 overall.
How long ago was that?
Luke was there. Star was
How
there.
long ago was that? Star was 5 years ago. I
DJ
said-
Moore.
DJ Moore wasn't at the draft, was he?
Oh, you're
Was
right,
he?
you're right, you're right. No, Star was not at the draft, but what's his name was? Vernon Butler.
Oh yeah, that is right. I forgot about Vernon Butler because I've kind of erased him from my memory.
My source is telling me the Panthers selected Will Greer, I should say. So my source was not good.
source is just guessing, just throwing darts. Is it actually sources actually? Is it actually? Yeah, Brian. I'm not even there.
Okay, so
No.
we can now analyze this pick. So Billy, take it.
All right. First of all, this guy is like an elite athlete, and I don't say that lightly. I mean, like his athleticism. Yes, he's light. Like his playing weight is probably like in the 230s, but at the combine he measured in a 245 ish, and he tested like a world class athlete. And they just have not had this type of athleticism at edge rusher since Julius Peppers. And obviously Peppers is an all-world athlete because he's bigger and he's just overall like, better. But as far as like how he is as a pass rusher, like he's pretty technically refined. I think that the biggest issue is probably going to be play strength, which in my opinion, I thought he did more than I thought he did a better job than people are giving credit for with his functional strength and his overall like ability in the run game. And if you have a pass rusher who can get after the quarterback, it doesn't matter how the run defense is, in my opinion. I think run defense is secondary. And if you can rush the passer and sack him, that's what this team needs. And I feel like Burns provides that.
I fully second the idea that rushing the passer is first and second priority, and if you can stop the run too, that's just a bonus.
In my mind, Burns was the dream pick for this team because
Really? That's what you think?
You think so, Brian?
Can I talk now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I felt that Burns was the dream pick for this team because of their multi-front that they're going to run 3-4, 4-3. Burns is a guy who can play 3-4 outside linebacker, 4-3 defensive end. He can rush the passer from pretty much any alignment. Super athletic, has the ability to grow into more of what you would call an NFL defensive lineman. He's got room to put on that bulk that you want, but he already has the natural pass rushing ability and tons of moves that you want to see from a defensive lineman like that. So, in my mind, which is why I freaked out when they picked him, this was the best pick they could have made.
I don't really have anything to add. Do you, Brad?
No, not really.
Are you happy with the pick?
I am excited. I am stoked. The only player I wanted other than Burns was Andre Dillard. And the main reason I wanted Andre Dillard was because I wanted to be right for once. But I think, honestly, the biggest thing that kept Carolina from winning football games last year was the fact that they could not put pressure on the quarterback. And we were allowing teams to just eat us alive because we couldn't get to the quarterback. Brian Burns allows us to do that. And the two most important things in the NFL are, can you protect your quarterback and can you get to the other quarterback and put pressure on him and disrupt him. And now we have a player who can allow us to do one of those two things. So if we get an offensive tackle in the second or third round, then I will give Marty Hurney an A for this draft, regardless of what else he does.
Oops. Dog's barking. Sorry.
The dogs are excited.
Yeah, Penny is ecstatic about the pick as well. I like how it's like Marty can get it. All he has to do is do this, and no matter what, he gets an A.
Yeah.
It's like he has to do this specific thing, and then no matter what he does after that, he gets an A. What if we take like a safety and then we take offensive line?
I would be okay with that, depending on who the safety is and who the offensive lineman is. I just think we need to add.
I think that this pick pretty much decreases significantly the opportunity of them taking a quarterback in round 2. I think they realize that they're going to have to shore up the offensive line tomorrow.
I agree with that.
By the way, Billy and I have a bet about the quarterbacks being drafted. So my bet was I would buy a Torrey Smith jersey if Carolina takes a quarterback before the second, third round pick.
You don't already have a Torrey Smith jersey?
I do not. I have a Brenton Burson jersey, not a Torrey Smith jersey.
You actually have a Brenton Burson jersey?
And Billy's bet was he would buy one if the Panthers selected a quarterback after the 5th round. So we'll
That's
see
an
how this goes.
interesting bet. So if the Panthers draft a quarterback in the 4th round, it's just no losers, no winners.
Pretty much, yeah.
Some bet. big, very wide push rate. Oh man, that guy's hyped.
So we'll see. But I'm very happy with this pick because Carolina did a lot to address the offensive line in free agency, but they did almost nothing to address the defensive line aside from Bruce Irvin, who you could argue is washed at this point. So Brian Burns is slated to be a day one starter with a lot of snaps and be a significant contributor no matter what the hell they're doing on defense. So I'm really happy with this pick. I think this is the best pick they could have made. I can't believe he made it here. So I'm happy. I'm ecstatic.
The other thing is that, like, and I know you can't make a lot of decisions based on this, but like looking at the roster as currently constructed, like the offensive line for this year, if we didn't do anything to it, like is okay. Like it's it's a decent unit. I'm talking. Is it?
No, it has to be said. Dave Gettleman is a moron.
Well, yeah, we already knew that.
We know that, yeah.
Well, I'll let this pick go, and then I'll get back to my thoughts because they're about to announce it right now. Oh nope, while we wait for this introduction. The offensive line is like good enough to get by this year, and the defensive ends are not. So like if you have a tie between like Burns and Dillard or whoever, I would say you go with the guy that gives you more of an instant impact, I would think.
Oh wow, this is a hot take. All I wanted was anyone, all caps, but Burns. We had our choice of him, Taylor, Dillard, Sweat, and we chose him. I could understand if he was the best player available, but better than the 3 other players available. I am nothing but disappointed, and I have to say I'm not rooting for Burns to have success in the NFL. I won't actively root against him because that's just rude, but I am never rooting for him.
Wow.
That's a hot take.
Where was that?
On CSR.
Oh. Dave Gettleman and the Hog Mollies.
That's actually not a bad pick if he takes him in the second round.
Is that Dave Gettleman?
They took that guy BJ Hill last year, who actually ended up being pretty good.
Dexter Lawrence is a good player. I just can't believe he took him at 17. He would have been there tomorrow. Nobody else was going to take him today.
Dave Gettleman taking a defensive tackle when he doesn't need a defensive tackle in the first round.
Yeah, and that's I actually feel sorry for Dexter Lawrence because he's going to get criticized for something that's not even his fault. But he's a good player. I hate giving credit to these Clemson assholes too. Like I really hate it. But he's a good player.
Lawrence is good, but a lot of the Clemson defensive linemen have not worked out in the NFL.
Is there like a reason for that?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like you'd look back at guys like Andre Branch and whatever else. I don't know.
I wonder if it's like because I know like Daquan Bowers and I know his was kind of injury related. Who was the other one?
Lawson hasn't been great.
Yeah, who was another one from Clemson? Was Claiborne from Clemson?
Claiborne was from Adrian Claiborne.
I don't think he was from Clemson.
I thought I remember that name being from Clemson.
No, Claiborne went to he went to what's that school?
Adrian Claiborne went to Iowa. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I remember Bowers just because I remember he was a big CSR guy back in the day.
Oh my god, you guys! If I'm just curious, like if an offensive lineman like Dillard were to be available, like in the 25, 26, would you guys like endorse trading up? Because
yes,
yep,
no,
I would trade both thirds to move up to get Dillard at 25 if we could do it. I wouldn't trade any more than that, though. I wouldn't trade our second round pick because that's too important. Like I would just call and make a flat offer, our 2/3, take it or leave it. Because if we could get Brian Burns, Andre Dillard, and then a safety, and then not have to do anything in the third round, we're winning. I mean, that's good.
Real quick before it gets buried, I want to share. Good old Stephen Colbert said that we drafted Brian Burns' older brother 13 years ago.
Oh, really?
That's what cannot verify, will not attempt to verify right now because I have too much going on.
You're overwhelmed?
That would be pretty interesting. And no, I have the video muted. It's not overwhelmed right now. But
Evan in our Slack group, CSR, this is Dave's thought process. Who's the fattest guy on the board?
It's not wrong. Dave Gettleman decided on Dexter Lawrence when he showed up to Clemson, 360 pounds. He's like, I'm gonna draft that guy one day.
Arctic Cat, I understand our pick. Just want to get cam protection. I do too. I also don't trust Darrell Williams staying healthy, and I don't think they should have signed him.
I also don't want to make a point. Do we remember Cam's first and second years in the league where he had to literally play perfect for this team to win? We remember that, right?
Yeah, I mean, we need to build the defense. There's no doubt about it.
I don't want that anymore. Like, I get it. Cam Newton has evolved as a quarterback. He's making better decisions to become a better quarterback. But I don't want him to be the only reason Carolina wins. I want this defense to bail him out. And last year, Carolina's defense didn't do that for him. So why not add a high-end pass rusher who can maybe, get, 7 to 10 sacks in his first year? And that's probably optimistic. But still, just building on a defense that'll help make his job easier, I don't see why that's a problem. They've already added to the offensive line. They've already spent tons of draft capital on weapons to build around him. Why would we not address the defense when it was so bad last year?
I always find it really funny. This is completely irrelevant to what you just said, but the Vikings picked a center, and it's just always so funny. All these guys in the Vikings paint and helmets and stuff, and they just go absolutely crazy when it's like my favorite team drafted an offensive lineman. That always surprises me, just because I feel like those positions don't typically get appreciated by sports fans, by football fans, because it's a boring pick. It's boring to pick a center with your first
but that's
round
a
pick.
good pick.
Oh, he went to Charlotte. He played at I didn't know he was from
He went
Charlotte.
to NC State.
Yeah, if Carolina hadn't signed Matt Paradis and they picked Garrett Bradbury with their pick
I would have.
now,
Yeah,
I
if we
wouldn't be mad at all.
if we didn't have Matt Paradis, I would have been perfectly fine with taking him at 16.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad pick. It's always just funny to me when people lose their minds over an interior lineman, because it's such an unglamorous position that you're going to forget about during the season.
Right.
Brian Burns' socks were amazing. They're Spider-Man socks.
I didn't see them. I don't understand the meaning of them. Is it just
I'm gonna
he enjoys Spider-Man?
flip over to our Hangouts tab. I'm gonna screen share it.
Okay. Well, if you screen share it, it's going to show up in the
it
video.
will?
So yeah.
Well, cool.
So be careful. Be careful what you show.
Yeah. No
Check
dick
those
pics.
bad boys out.
But yeah, as far as I go with Brian Burns, this was my dream pick for the last couple months, so I'm happy. I'm very happy with this pick.
Those are some
Wow, some high quality socks. I like them.
very very he's very cool, wearing the flashy socks under his very professional suit.
Yeah, I love it when players do that. It's like when they get the inside lining of their suit jacket
Yeah.
customized. I think that's cool.
It's like the clothing version of a mullet.
Yeah.
It's like business on the outside, party on the inside.
Marty Herney said that the Panthers did not consider trading down given the players available at 16.
I can't say I blame him. I mean,
No.
the board
There's
felt
no point.
so good for them.
Yeah, several teams being stupid made it an easy decision.
they had their choices of Dillard, Burns, Sweat.
Apparently, Brian Burns' nickname is Spider-Man.
It would be so Marty Herney, Panthers luck to trade down. We trade down 5 spots, and then it's just Burns, Dillard, Sweat. There's boom, boom, boom off the board.
Yeah, that's exactly what would have happened. We would have had to take DK Metcalf because everybody we wanted had been picked.
It's one of those things. All right, we have 4 players that we're cool with, so all we need is just one of the next 4 teams to not pick one, and we'll be fine. And then it would just be oh nope, they all picked one.
They're all gone. Yep.
They're all gone. We're down to the next tier on our board.
Gary Pinckney said, I see many on CSR not liking the pick. I hope many don't forget the lamentations made after CMC was picked. It is a custom for Cat Scratch readers, user base, and commentary to hate the draft pick that we make. It doesn't matter who we choose. It's a rite of passage to get hated by CSR if you're a draft pick.
Well, the thing about it too is that like we have these very dedicated fans who do their mock drafts and they scout the players.
Yeah, they hate being wrong. That's what it is.
So they fall in love with prospects throughout the whole process, where they're like, "This is the guy I think we should draft." But the analytics and the larger scale scouting says that this guy is a really good pass rusher. And granted, busts happen, but this dude seems like one of the cleanest pass rushers they could have gotten out of this draft. Like, it was a great pick, and I know that Panthers fans want offensive tackles, specifically left tackles, but as far as the value goes, like, most of us thought that Burns wouldn't even be there for the Panthers to pick. Like, that tells volumes.
Yeah, I expect Burns to be a better Mario Addison. Like, that's what I expect for him to be down the road, and I think that having that is a boost to what we want to do.
Hell, I kind of expect him to be a cross between Mario Addison and a guy like like Von Miller. Like, not to say
I don't know if I'd go that far.
No, well, hold on. I only said Von Miller in the sense of the skill set, not the overall like impact. Like, Von Miller is one of the best players in the NFL. I just mean from a physical standpoint. I think that he's a good cross between like Von Miller and Mario Addison as far as like body type and what they bring to the field.
He's like a diet Von Miller.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he can rush from the outside linebacker position. He can rush from the defensive end position. You can rush him inside. Like, that's what I see with him. I'm not saying that he's going to have the impact that Von Miller has. Von Miller is easily one of the top 3 pass rushing players in the NFL. But just from the standpoint of like looking at what they bring to the field, I think that he's like that.
Okay.
They do. They actually are very, very similar.
Yeah.
In terms of, like,
I
size
get
and
what you
athletic
mean
profile.
now. Yeah. So Brian thinks that Brian Burns is going to be better than Von Miller.
That's what I
Correct.
heard, yeah.
He's going to be better than Von Miller and Cam Newton combined.
Yeah.
But no, like they're like height, weight, like 40-time vertical broad jump. All the drills that they both did, like they're all very similar. So there's like a parallel there. Player profile has his best comparable as Leonard Floyd of the Bears.
Leonard Floyd ain't bad.
It's not bad now.
And what I'm really excited about with a guy like him is that we've seen Ron Rivera do.
Wow. The Titans took Jeffrey Simmons. Doesn't he have like a blown knee?
Actually, that's a great value pick for them.
But at 19,
It's a great.
Doesn't he have a torn ACL?
It's a great value pick for them in the sense of that once he recovers from that, he could be a very good player.
Yeah, but he would have dropped into the second round because he can't walk right now. Like,
I don't know about that. I think some other teams
I think you're wrong.
Well, I'm not. So
Okay, fair enough. You're my
I'm
boss.
taking a piss and I'm getting cake.
okay.
Go eat cake. But
Are
anyway,
you getting the urinal cake? Like,
Well, my birthday was a few days ago, so yeah.
Happy birthday.
happy birthday.
put some candles in there for me. So Jesus Christ. So my thing with Burns was just Ron Rivera has done as much as we chastise Ron Rivera for his decisions as far as like the offense goes, defensively he's usually been pretty good, and now he's taking over as the main overseer of the defense. So Ron Rivera has very good experience and very good results with a 3-4. He has very good experience and very good results with a 4-3. So with them blending this together, I think he's going to be able to put Brian Burns in the best position to succeed. It's not going to be where he's going to like exclusively play on the left tackle as a 4-3 defensive end. He's going to be rushing from all over the place. That's where I see the value in this pick, because I think that he's going to have value as just somebody they can move around and rush from wherever the hell they want. That's why I'm really excited about this guy.
Yeah.
So, do we have anything else we want to cover before we take this off the air?
Yeah, I think we're pretty much done.
I think we're good. Brian Burns is my guy. We'll talk more about the other picks next week, I guess.
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah.
By the way,
we're-
did you guys
we're-
real quick before we go off? Did you see the video of Jeffrey Simmons?
No.
I saw it.
Not great. Bad look. Real bad look. It was like his sister and another woman got in a fight, and he like separated the two. And then,
Oh, yeah. I've seen that
and then
before. Yeah.
after he did like an okay job, he just separated the two, which is fine. He just decided like that wasn't enough and punched the other girl multiple times while she was on the ground.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Not a good look at all.
Eric wants to know how we're going to split Brian's salary with everybody else since I fired him.
I'll take it. Don't worry.
Real burst with those arms. That is terrible.
Oh,
It's fucking terrible.
oh, Jesus. That was good. That was really good.
Wow. Are we going to do this again tomorrow night?
If there's demand for it, or if you guys want to do it. The only thing is there's like a wide gap that the Panthers pick, so
Okay.
we can talk off air.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Hey, thanks
All right.
to everybody who tuned in. Thanks for listening. And
Yeah,
if you're listening to
thanks
this after
for-
the fact on the podcast. Thanks for listening to the podcast as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
listen to both.
please,
You're really cool.
please subscribe. We need the subscribers because I have to eat. But you can find us on CSR. You can find us in Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, all these places wherever you get your podcast. Please, I hate to be the YouTube douchebag, but please click that subscribe button, click that like button, tell your friends about us. Give us inspiration to continue doing this. And
Thanks for
thank
the
you.
Thumbs up, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
This is your Keep Sounding Live
All right,
podcast.
we'll see you guys later. Thanks for listening.